What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already. So, a lot of scenarios are coming up now about the Clippers and their, potential of the first round of the playoffs. Right now, they're currently in the 4th seed. They're looking very good. Good win last night against the San Antonio Spurs, the shorthanded Spurs, even though the Clippers were shorthanded too because they didn't have Kawhi Leonard. But it didn't matter. They had everybody else there. They really didn't need Kawhi for a game like that. They have enough firepower to beat a team like San Antonio as they did and as they showed. So, it was really no issue. But the main thing is they're keeping themselves in playoff contention, and that's really what matters. And as long as they can at least win 2 more games, I think they're going to solidify a spot, whether it's the seed they're in now or the 6th seed. And that's really all that matters. But what's going around right now is the potential of them facing the Lakers in the first round, which would be interesting at the least because the Lakers are a team that a lot of people talk about because they're, the team that's won the most championships. The Clippers never won a championship. So, more people are going to say it's a Lakers town than a Clippers town, obviously, when it comes to L.A. So, and when it comes to the state of California. So, with that being said, and LeBron and Luka's on there, they're going to get more of the shine anyway. But people can't undermine the greatness of Kawhi and this team and how good they've been playing the last 13 out of 15, 16 games that they won. And they've been pretty much superior in a lot of those games. They got a big game coming up against the Rockets tomorrow night, but it's going to be very, very tough. But it's going to be a game that's going to really, show who they are in a lot of ways. Even though I think they've beaten the Rockets before this year and they've beaten the Cavs and they've shown that they're a good team. The Clippers definitely are a good team, formidable, especially when Kawhi is healthy. But if it is a first-round matchup between the Lakers and Clippers, I would be all for it because this would be a matchup in the making that should have happened 5 years ago. And the Clippers fell in the bubble against the Denver Nuggets up 3-1. They had a collapse. This would be the opportunity for them to play the Lakers, even though it's 5 years difference and the teams are different. But it would be an opportunity to see the Lakers and the Clippers play in the playoffs. I think might be for the first time ever in history. I don't know if the Lakers ever played the Clippers in a 7-game series in the playoffs before. If they have, I definitely don't remember, or just must have went over my head in some type of way. But this would be a very epic first-round matchup. It definitely be the best matchup, best series of the playoffs. If it does happen, I would like to see it happen because I feel like if the Clippers eliminate the Lakers and they actually play them in the first round, their path to the finals might be a little bit easier, especially if Denver or let's say the Warriors play the I'm going to say maybe OKC or the Rockets in the first round. One of those 2 teams would be possibly get knocked off or out of the way, or, maybe because I feel like the Warriors do have experience, but at the same time, we get to see more of the flaws and everything of those teams. Because a lot of times in the first round, you can see a team's flaws more than you see their goods. And a lot of people don't look at it that way, especially when you have a young team like the Rockets and a young team like the Thunder. If the Clippers can avoid a team like that in the first round, sort of say, right, and go back and look at the tape and see their flaws that they have in the playoffs, not saying that the young teams can't correct it, but with a veteran team coming in, seeing the flaws you have, they can exploit it a lot better. Sometimes when you play a team like that in the first round, you're overwhelmed by what they're doing because they're playing off energy and just the crowd and everything like that. But going into that second round, it's another level of intensity that you have to have that a lot of young teams don't. And when the veteran teams see it on tape of all their mistakes that they make, even though they might have got past the first round, it gives the veteran team the mental, psychological advantage. So, if the Clippers, like I said, did play the Lakers in the first round and got past them, which I think they can, I really do. I think it would go 7 games, but I think the Clippers can get past them in 7. I think it would actually give them, like I said, a psychological advantage over who they would play in the second round, which probably would either be, like I said, the Rockets or OKC. Maybe possibly Denver, if Denver gets their spot back from the Clippers that they were in. But Denver's like kind of flailing right now. They're not really looking that great. But either way, I would love to see the matchup between LeBron and Kawhi in a 7-game series. Throughout the years, Kawhi has always pretty much dominated LeBron. whether 7-game series or regular season. So, I mean, a lot of people may count the Clippers out, but I wouldn't count them out as much as people think, especially the way Zubac is playing, especially the way Kawhi has turned back into his old self, and James Harden is looking pretty damn good himself. And then you add Norman Powell, who can go out there and get you a bucket any time. And with the defense that the Clippers have, it would give the Lakers a lot of fits. Even though the Lakers do have size, maybe a little bit over the Clippers, and Luka Doncic would present a problem along with LeBron. They're both on the same page, but at the same time, Kawhi and Harden will present a problem for them if they're both on the same page. So it would be a very intriguing matchup. I definitely think the NBA world would love to see it. It'd probably be the best first round matchup of all. I think it'd be the most highly anticipated, and I think everybody will watch every single game and wouldn't miss 1 minute of it, honestly. So, I mean, that would be great for the NBA world, the NBA fans, and I think a lot of people are all for it. So I'm not saying it's going to shape out that way, but it just might, especially if the Lakers, stay in about around the same seeding they are, or go up one or somewhere in there, or stay around that same. Especially if what it looks like is the Clippers and Lakers might end up in the 4 and 5 seed. That's what it possibly looks like for them to play the first round. So if that happens, which it definitely could happen, especially where the Clippers are right now, it's fireworks in that series. It's fireworks, honestly. I wouldn't miss a game. I wouldn't miss a minute of it, honestly. I mean, I would be all for it. I honestly, I'm not going to sit here and say I hope it happens, but I mean, I would be very excited if it does. And it'd be definitely a lot to talk about in that series of how it goes up and down, because I think it'd be a roller coaster series. The reason why I said it would go 7. But for right now, the Clippers need to just focus on business. They took care of the Spurs last night. They got a big game against the Rockets. They win that and win one more, I think they're just pretty much in the playoffs, and then they can maybe rest Kawhi and the team a little bit more and get going, get revved up for the playoffs, and just kind of take it from there. Because honestly, I don't think nobody saw the Clippers being as good as they are right now, as competitive, and nobody really probably looked at Kawhi and said he's going to come back the same player he was, in which I always thought he would. Real fans thought he would. Clippers fans thought he would, and he has. And the team is playing very well, so we got to feed off that energy and keep it going, and just hopefully get to the playoffs, get that rest, and go in there when the playoffs start and make a run.